Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday. Hope you're all having a great week. So today we're going to kind of pick off where we left off yesterday. Yesterday we learned about the areas of a rectangle and a square, so the areas of a rectangles. And today we're going to be learning about an area of a parallelogram, excuse me, and also a triangle. Okay, so the cool thing about the area of a parallel, this is a hard word for me, parallelogram, is it's the same formula as the rectangle. Find the area of a rectangle or square. So A equals base, area equals base times height. So that's how we'd find the area of a parallelogram. Okay. All right. So this is the model. So just picture we have a rectangle here, but when we do a parallelogram, just kind of picture that there's somebody. Let me draw here. Do this. Like there's somebody kind of pushing down right here, right? It pushed down really hard right there, and it makes it kind of lean over. Okay, more well, kind of maybe pushing like that. It just makes it lean over. Okay, so the area of this rectangle will be the same area of this parallelogram. Okay, all right. So let's see here. Let's look at an example. Let me scroll down here. And it says determine the area of the parallelogram. Okay, well, I like here because they have these. It's a graph, and they show the units here. So let's count. So what's our height? This is our height. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our height is 8, and our base here is what? What's our base going to be? Well, we would just count. Let's see, get my pen here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so our base equals 6, and our height is 8. So to find the area of this parallelogram, the area would equal base times height. So area equals 8 times 6. Okay, which would be 48. Not sure what units we're talking about here, but it is 48. Okay, and so units squared. So this square units. We're not sure what the unit of measure is, but it's units squared. Okay, let's look at another example. Let's see, where is it here? Oh, is that the only example? Oh, that's it. I guess that's the only example I had. Let me see if I can find another one real quick. Do another example. Okay, let's look at this one. It says determine the area of the parallelogram. Here they give us a height here, and we have the base, and also they give us the length of this side right here. It's 13 centimeters. Okay, so our formula is still the same. The area of a parallelogram equals base times height. So here they said the area they're showing to estimate here. So they're saying that this right here would round to 20, and this would round to 12 because the 7 makes this 1 to a 2. So we have 12 here and 20 here, and they just multiplied 12 times 20 and got 240. Okay, well that's a good estimate, but that's not what the exact area is. If they said determine the area by estimating, then that would be a good answer. Okay, but it's also good to estimate just to make sure your answer is kind of in the right spot. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and multiply 11.7 and 20.8. Okay, all right, so 8 times 7 is 56. 5. 7 times 0 is 0 plus 5 is 5. 7 times 2 is 14. All right, let's lay our egg. And I'm going to get rid of these guys. I'll just cross them out. Let's cross this guy out, actually. Okay. All right, so 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 2 is 2. All right, so this time, instead of 1, we're going to lay 2 eggs because we've already laid 1 egg. Now we lay 2 eggs. And so 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 0 is 0. And 1 times 2 is 2. Okay. Add them up. 6. 5 plus 8 is 14. Carry 1. 4 plus 8 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. Carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 2 is 4, and then 2. Now, how many jumps do we have in our answer? Well, we have 1, 2 jumps, so 1, 2. So the area would be 243.46 centimeters squared. Okay, so now I'm going to go over the area of a triangle. All right, so area of a triangle. All right, so what they did here is they drew a parallelogram, and they're showing you that if you kind of cut it right in the middle diagonally, right, it creates two triangles. Okay, so the formula for the area of a triangle is area equals 1/2 times base times height. You can look at it like that, or you can look at it like this, or you can say area equals base times height divided by 2. So we would multiply first and then divide by 2. Okay, so we're going to practice this, but I think you'll get it once we do some practice problems. Okay, determine the area of the triangle. All right, here, let's figure out what our height is. We're going to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So our height here, height equals 4. And our base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so our base equals 6. Okay, so over here on this side, let's write our formula. I'm going to do A equals base times height divided by 2. Okay. Okay, so our base is 6. So I'm going to go ahead and write this again. Area equals, and then 6 times our height is 4. Okay, and whatever that is, we're going to divide by 2. All right, let's do our multiplication first. I'm just going to keep writing this down here. And this time we're going to, 6 times 4 is 24. So I'm going to write that there. There we go. And then we're going to divide by 2 now. Okay, and 24 divided by 2 is what? It's 12. Okay, so our answer to this is 12 units. Units squared. 12 units squared. Okay, we did base times height. 6 times 4 is 24. And then we divide by 2. So 24 divided by 12 is 2. Okay, so here's an example. They don't give us any numbers, but they tell us to find the area of this triangle. So let's do it. Let's count how many our height is. This is our height over here, right? This is our height is here, and then our base is here. Okay, so the height is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so height equals 3, and our base is 1, 2, 3, 4. So base equals 4. Okay, so our formula for a triangle, area of a triangle, is A equals base times height divided by 2. All right, so our base is 4, so I'm just going to plug in 4 here. Area equals 4 times our height is 3. And then we're going to divide by 2. Okay, well, 4 times 3 is what? What is 4 times 3? 4 times 3 is 12. And we're going to divide 12 by 2. Well, what is 12 divided by 2? 6. So the area of this triangle equals 6 units squared. 6 units squared. Now, if we were talking about feet, if this was 3 feet and 4 feet, it would be 6 square feet, or 6 feet squared. But since there's nothing labeled, we don't have a unit of measure, we're just using units. Okay, all right, let's check out another example. Okay, so here's an example of a triangle, and they give us some dimensions here. We just have to figure out what the area is. Okay, All right, you notice this is a mixed number, 8 and 1/4, and this is 12 down here. So it's going to be the same thing, except this time we're not counting the units. They tell us what it actually is. So I'm just going to go ahead and look at our formula for area of a triangle, and it's base times height divided by 2. All right, so our base here is 12. So 12 times, and our height is 8 and 1/4, okay, times 8 and 1/4. Okay, and whatever that's going to be, we're going to divide by 2. So area equals this. Okay, there's a couple ways we could solve this. We could either turn this fraction here into a decimal, or we can change this mixed number into an improper fraction and then put our 12 over 1. I think I'm going to go ahead and change this to a decimal. Okay, so to change 1/4, the fraction 1/4 to a decimal, remember we divide, so one's inside, top in and bottom out. So 1 divided by 4. 4 can't go into 1, so we need to add a decimal and a 0, right? Yeah. All right, so 4 can go into 10 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract that. We have to borrow here. 10 minus 8 is 2. 4 can't go into 2, so I'll just add another 0 to help us out and drop it down to make 20. And 4 can go into 20 5 times. Okay, so instead of 8 and 1/4, I'm going to erase this 1/4 because we know that 1/4 is 25 hundredths is a decimal, so 8.25. Okay, so now I can multiply these two. So 8.25, or 8 and 25 hundredths, times 12. All right, here we go. 2 times 5 is 10. Camera 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 8 is 16. All right, let's lay the egg and continue on. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 8 is 8. All right, let's add them up. While I add these up, think about how many jumps we're going to have. So 0 plus 0. 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry 1. 6 plus 2 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. And 1 plus 8 is 9. All right. So here we go. Let's go ahead. We have 2 jumps. So 1 and 2. Here we go. All right. So this equals 99 divided by 2. Oh, okay. Well, that could be an answer, but let's find out what this is. Let's put it back into a mixed number. How about that? So I'm going to divide 99 divided by 2. I'm going to erase this real quick. Oops, not what I want to do. There we go. It's this. And let's go ahead and divide 99 divided by 2. Use a different color here. Okay. So 99 divided by 2. 2 can go into 9 4 times, right? That's 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. 2 cannot go into 1, so let's drop down that 9. 2 can go into 19 9 times. And 9 times 2 is 18. Okay, so that's 1. Well, 2 can't go into 1, so let's add that decimal and a 0. And we'll drop this 0 down to help us out. It makes 10. 2 can go in 10 5 times. There we go. All right. Very good. So our area for this triangle is 49.5. And our unit of measure this time is feet. So feet squared. That is it for this lesson. So if you want some more practice, go ahead and review the McGraw-Hill tutorials, or you can go into your McGraw-Hill ebook, or utilize the resources that are available there for practice problems. And if that's good, if you feel comfortable about it, or when you feel comfortable about finding the area for parallelograms and triangles, go ahead and enter the Google form for the day. Thank you so much, and we will talk to you soon.